Hello and welcome back to the Marketing Your Business PowerPoint presentation. So this slide was the last slide I mainly presented at the very end before I checked the slide spellings and so on. So slide number 21 is the next slide. So I'm going to go to the slideshow tab and click from current slide. A company makes different decisions based on where the product is in the life cycle. A company needs to identify what stage they are at, and this will influence the decisions they make in regard to this 4 Ps of their marketing mix or the stages of the product life cycle. So here is the product life cycle model. Here is the sales. This is the time function. Hence underneath introduction, which is here, growth model, which is here, maturity here, saturation and decline between this line. So that's the image of the diagram based on the product life cycle model. So it's very good and it's very professional as well. Looks like a basic line chart in an Excel spreadsheet. Anyway, let's move on and go to the next slide. So here comes the fourth stage of the product life cycle. It is the introduction. This is when a product is launched onto the market for the first time. Like for example, Coca-Cola Energy. At this stage, a company would do a lot of promotion to create awareness of the product. Product, which is no change, the price could be high, the market skimming or could be low, penetration pricing, place, use, existing distribution and promotion. Lots of ads and promotion and informative advertising. So that's the introduction of the product life cycle. So let's move on to the next slide. Growth. This is the second stage of the product life cycle. As the product become more recognized, sales increase and profits will rise. Like for example, alcohol-free Heineken, vapes and e-cigarettes. A company may face competition from new rivals with me too products and so needs to continue to promote its USP over the competitors. Product, minor updates, fixing technical issues. Price, same as before. Place, identify more distribution in the growth model. And then promotion, keep spend on advertising or increase spend, change to persuasive advertising in the growth model. So that's how you growth the product life cycle model. So move on to the next stage. Next stage is the maturity. So sales growth begins to slow. Many customers have bought the product already, like for example, FIFA, which is a video game of football, is out 6 months now and is getting old. A company may make slight changes to the product to keep it updated and attract new customers. Here's the product. Changes may occur to update the product, like for example, the alternative version. Price. Boost price drops may occur for the product in this stage. Place, keep it the same place. Promotion, continue persuasive and might do a second batch of the ads. So that's the main stages of managing a FIFA football game in the maturity model stage in the product life cycle. Okay, move on to the next stage. That is called saturation. At this stage, new growth has almost stopped and sales are consistent. For example, Starbucks coffee. A company may look to find new places to expand to and reach more customers. Product. Prepare and update new version, facelift of the existing product. Price. Bigger drop in price to attract new customers. Place looking more to foreign markets or new market segments. Promotion. Ads to promote lower prices and updated look. So that's the main stage of how to manage saturation in the product life cycle. So let's move on to the next stage. This is the last stage of the product life cycle, and it's called decline. So it's very important to learn about decline. So at this stage, sales begin to fall. Customers who wanted to habits or competition is taking new customers away. Like for example, the PlayStation 4. A company may need to reduce the price to sell of existing stock while they launch a newer version of the product to keep up with the rivals. Now, the product. Stop reduction of the product if the new product is ready. The price. Lower to sell of its existing stock to make way for new stock. Place. More foreign markets. New discounted distributors. And then the promotion. Very little, and if any, to highlight the increased better sales. So that is how to manage decline. So next slide that's the end of the product life cycle. So next slide is the new step. Okay, 2017 to 2018 it's fidget spinner. 1759 to 2018 a current is Guinness, like Irish Guinness. Comparing life cycles, and that's the model, which is the same as the last one, the same product life cycle model, same diagram. So very professional, very based. So very similar to the product life cycle. Yeah, and I'll move on to the next slide. Here is 3 diagrams of the product life cycle. That's the increase. That increases over time and goes up, which means products are increasing with more profits and sales in the business profit organization and marketing. This heading is called extending the product life cycle. This is when a company launches a newer version of the same product. For example, iPhone 3, 4 or iPhone 10, EDC. Okay, next slide is more about the extending the product life cycle. As the product keeps the same brand name, it makes it easier for customers to recognize and extends the product life cycle of the brand. In the decline stage, companies often get a new product ready to go. For example, PlayStation 1, PS2, 3, 4. The PlayStation model, when they launched a new product, didn't do a rebrand, like for example giving them different names. They have already done a lot of promotion around the PlayStation brand. People are happy with it and they have sold a lot. So by releasing the new version, they're extending the PlayStation product life cycle. And don't forget, after the PS4 there was a PlayStation Classic which came out in December 2018, which more people like to play with, but some people dislike because the games and the graphics are made inside the PS Classic. I had the PS Classic myself, it's very good. I have the True Blue Mini Packs to have inserted 100 more games that you can play in the PlayStation Classic. It's very good. I love the PlayStation Classic. And then the PS5, the PlayStation 5, which is coming out later this year, at the Christmas holidays in 2020. So yeah, so the PS Classic and the PS5 should be added into the product life cycle in the present time. So let's move on. Move on to the next slide. Fad products. These are products which become very popular very quickly but they decline just as quickly. These products have a short life cycle. For example, fidget spinners. I used to play with fidget spinner myself, which is very good and very addictive to play. Let's move on. Were everywhere in 2017, but by 2018 were no longer cool and nobody wanted them. So that's what became a fad product. So it began to more likely fail in a more forthcoming distance when in the next year time. So that's the square. Everybody loves to play with that. That's the fidget spinner that I've been talking about. And that's the toy that everyone likes to play with. So that's fad products. Product brands and branding is the next step of your marketing your business presentation. Okay, I'll present this slide and present the next slide after this in the next video. So this slide is what is a brand. A brand's a name, logo or symbol that evokes in customers a perception of added value for which they will pay a premium price. Branding helps to promote and reassure customers of the benefit of the product. For example, Volvo cars or safety. Some people want to be identified with a brand to promote an image of themselves. Like for example, an iPhone doesn't have the best functionality, but is seen as more cool. Okay, so I'll stop there and then present the next slide in the next video. So let's review the slides that presented so far and check spellings. Okay, I'll click full forms. No issues. No issues. No issues. Click full forms. And this slide, which is the both slide presented in this video, so no issues. So guys, it's so far. So I'll present the next slide, which is slide number 33. That slide is called building a brand. So I'll present the building a brand slide in the next video. So very interesting so far about marketing your business. So it's very good. So I'll continue the next slide in the next video. So wash your hands, stay safe, have a good pleasant evening, and I'll see you all very soon. Adios.